QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? It's your boy Rashad, one half of P&P. I had to check, make sure my mic was working, Dave. Last time wasn't working, bro. I was talking to myself about 5 minutes. Chat was lighting me up, bro.
This must have been on the episode earlier today, I'm guessing.
The other day. Yeah, this is yesterday. I was talking up a storm, bro. It was lighting me up in the chat.
That is the absolute worst feeling. That is a tough feeling, to say the least.
Yeah, they was lighting me up, bro. But it's all good. We here Tuesday night. We're back on Tuesday night. We'll see. Monday, Tuesday, hell, we don't know. Whatever day it shows up, that's when it shows up. Dave, I gotta turn my light on. I'm orange. Give me 1 second.
You are orange. Oh man, see, can't hide money. Just remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Since that's what all y'all be saying to me.
Yeah, to make sure, man. I was a little orange, bro. I ain't really like that.
Yeah.
I had to show my true colors, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. So all right, Dave, real quick, before we get into the show, man, how was your weekend? Life good? Everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Life was pretty chill this weekend, not too much going on. I just chilled. I watched tournaments and stuff like that. I went to a tournament and spectated on Saturday.
Are you a better spectator than you are a player?
Oh, I was casually beating people's ass. So yes. Yeah, because they had a casual room and I was taking it to folks. I was taking it to folks. I wanted to enter, man, but I found out too late. But it is what it is. But no, it was a fun time. And then they had a big major world tournament out in Saudi Arabia that I watched too. So it was just a pretty chill weekend. Weekend.
Y'all see everything, bro. Actually, these are my old headphones.
They are old, yo.
These are my OG old Beats. I didn't have enough time to really dive into what headphones I want to purchase. So these are just, the ones that are functional, because boy, my other ones broke. You know what I mean? My other Beats headphones broke, bro. I was trying to hold it together, but I like the way they sound, so I might just reorder those. But I need to get some new headphones too, bro. All my pod equipment getting old, man. I gotta buy some new stuff, bro. But yeah, man, shout out to Landon. Y'all don't miss shit, bro.
Y'all don't miss nothing, man. Next thing you know, I'm just waiting for them to start naming the different games I have behind me. I'm gonna start switching them up.
Yeah, bro. Y'all boys don't miss nothing. All right, man. Real quick, KB Uncut, man. Congratulations, Aggie
Absolutely.
Pride. You know what I mean? Aggie Pride, man. Yo, check us out at G-Ho. We're gonna be at the Sigma Plot. Come check us out. It's gonna be lit. Shout out to everybody that got tickets to the game, because the game sold out. I know Dave got tickets because he's triple OG alumni. He probably had all the
I got
perks.
Season tickets, bro. You don't fight the others. I just get what I need to get. I got my season tickets months ago. And the Winston game is about to be sold out too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Winston. We about to destroy Winston, bro. But yeah,
if we don't, we got bigger problems. I'll leave it at that.
No, we gonna get them.
We got first place. We got votes in the top 25.
Oh, really?
We got 6 votes in the top 45, which is wild. Folks are furious.
That is crazy. That's
folks
crazy.
Are furious. But
where's Central at?
I mean, I think they didn't make top 25. They're like 27, I think. 27th. 27. No, they lost their quarterback, but they got some talent. I mean, FAMU got a first place vote, but FAMU got bigger problems right now than worried about a first place vote. They out here cleaning the house in these streets. So that's been the topic.
All right.
Let's get to the show.
Nothing for me, man. Weekend was straight, man. Got to chill out a little bit. Chill with my girls and all that good stuff, and nothing too much. Handle some Sigma business, but outside of that, man, it was all good, bro. Good stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it, Dave. A lot to talk about. Well, kind of a little bit to talk about as we ramp up for joint practices with the JETS. Jets coming to town, bro. They coming to town just like last year. It's going to be interesting. Lots to discuss. A lot of are we going to meet expectations? Are we ready, Dave? Are we ready for the New York Football Jets? You think so?
We better be.
We'll answer those questions a little bit later on.
Well, we ain't got to worry about. Hey, we ain't got to worry about Hassan Reddick at least.
Well, yeah, that's true. No Hassan Reddick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a very good point. A couple other folks we got to worry about, but yeah, no Hassan Reddick.
Hey, look, it's called. You have to win the small battles.
Yeah, facts.
It's a small
So we
time.
got two more practices. We got one practice tomorrow. And we got the joint practice on Thursday. Dave is gonna be in the building coming down from Rhode Island. And we as we prepare for PNP Live. If you're PNP and Friends Live. If you have not gotten your ticket yet, you can go ahead and get a ticket. We did release 30 more tickets as of 8 p.m. Only get them if you're gonna attend, man. Don't waste a ticket for somebody. Don't waste the ability to allow somebody else to get a ticket. I did see one person canceled their ticket.
And we
Um,
appreciate you.
I appreciate, yeah, somebody canceled, which I greatly appreciate that. And immediately, like 2 seconds, somebody claimed those two tickets. So we need to make sure that if you're gonna attend, please attend. If you're not gonna attend and you got a ticket, cancel that ticket so somebody else could get it. I mean, we really want people that want to be there, and we don't
Yeah.
want to turn anybody away. I mean, so it's gonna be a
And
great, yeah, on the 15th.
let me be clear. And me and it's funny because me and Rashad literally just had this conversation. We're not live streaming this.
No,
All
no
right.
live stream.
This is going to be a show for the folks who are there. It will not be live stream. This is for the folks who are going to come and show up.
Facts,
All right.
facts.
So I just want you guys to keep this in mind when you guys are taking these tickets. Like, be considerate to folks. If you're grabbing a ticket, you must come. We need you there.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
streaming it. Like
Yeah,
we're not going to stream it. We might consider putting it out for Patreon, and we're leaning towards that route, but we're not going to be streaming it live.
Yeah, we want people to actually show up. We want to make it an experience. You know what I mean? If we live stream everything we do, it just doesn't. It takes away from the moment. You know what I mean? Like, so we want people to be in there. We want to have fun. We want to release clips. It's gonna be lit, man. So pull up. We want y'all to pull up, and we want to come to you too, right? We want to be able to kind of take this on the road and make it a premium experience. So eventually we'll get there. We'll get there. So with that said, again, joint practice on the 15th, and we'll be, reconvening later that evening at 6 p.m. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the show will start at 7:30. Come Machina and Vashti and Dave and Carlo from the pregame podcast all sit down, break down joint practices. We break down our expectations for the season because that will mark the end of training camp. So it's a celebration, man. It's gonna be a good times. We got some shout out to Carlo who put together. He's a great job putting together itineraries and agendas. The joint's lit, bro. So come through. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. All right. Well, the people that live out of state, bro, you have us every Tuesday, like literally. Like we're here potting
We're
every
here right
Tuesday.
now.
Yeah, we're like right in front of you. Like, yo, this is for, this is a premium event. You know what I mean? Like, we want to make sure the people that are there are getting there. They're not paying for anything, but they're getting there. They're getting something from the experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all good. It's all
Like
good, man.
y'all see, as somebody that's a concert goer, some folks need to realize the experience of it all. So I mean, it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a conversation with Vashti and Sheena and things of that and Carlo, and we're gonna have a blast, and we might have some special guests. So you never know.
Yep, for sure. Kind of went over. You got to go back to the first video I did regarding joint practices, bro. It's a parking lot right across the street. There's a couple parking lots. There's parking lot right at the main entrance too. So you just got to you don't have to get there early, bro. You don't have to get there early, and because there's plenty of parking available. I say that there's plenty of parking available. You know what I mean? So, all right. Let's keep it moving. All right, Dave. Let's go and talk about a lot of roster movement as this roster keeps like as the world turns with this roster, bro. It's like a daggone soap opera. Every time we sign somebody, we move on, and we had some pretty interesting cuts. One of them due to injury, but just very interesting. So really quick, let's go over the cuts first. Dave Harrison Mevis is out of here. The kicker battle is over. Let's start there, Dave. What do you think about the kicker battle and us making the determination now to go ahead and let go of Mevis and put it all on the legs of Pinero?
I was wrong about the thicker kicker, man. I thought he was going to win the job. I guess Pinero wanted to make sure folks knew what it was. He bet on himself and he won. So props to him. For winning the job. But, I know some folks feel a way about it, but, it is what it is. Eddie won the job. He won the job, man. Props to him. Give him credit. Give him credit where it's due.
Yeah. Yeah, man, good stuff. Good stuff for Eddie. He did bet on himself. A lot of people kind of was throwing dirt on his name for not for holding out, but hey, he trusted himself. He hasn't missed a kick all camp. He's been on one,
Yeah.
and so I mean, the best man won. I got to be honest with you. I got to give Pinero his credit, man. He been walking around like the job is his anyway. You know what I mean? Like he really, to me, like the swagger he had, he didn't feel threatened at all. So it's just very interesting how the whole thing played out. And I'm happy for Pinero, but I really thought they were gonna maybe think about moving on due to the financial gain they could get from it, but they didn't. And they decided to stick with them. And Mevis was missing kicks. I wasn't at the practice before they cut him, but apparently at the practice before they cut him, he was missing a couple of kicks, excuse me. And so with that, they went ahead and just said, hey, let's go ahead and make this thing official and let's call it a camp for Mevis. But any more thoughts on the kicker battle, Dave?
Well, I mean, it's over now, so we don't have no discussion points. Y'all gonna have to roll with Pinero, and I don't want to hear we should have kept Mevis during the season if things go awry. But it is what it is. We're gonna roll with Pinero, and now I have to wait for my jokes for another time. And now we don't have thicker kicker jokes anymore. He cleared waivers if anybody's interested.
He did clear. And I thought at some point, we was gonna have to because we thought Memphis was gonna we thought Panera was gonna start missing kicks after since the pressure's off, right? You kind of let your guard down, start missing kicks. And we was like, yo, we got a big head Harrison Mevis, but we didn't have to do so. Panero has really been knocking his kicks out the park. He's been good, he's been solid. So we're not calling back Mevis anytime soon, I don't think. So Wade says, I understand not doing it live, but any chance y'all record at least the conversation with all of y'all go-to source of people in the streets. Thanks for what y'all do. Yes, Wade, it will be recorded.
Y'all
We will
recorded it?
record it and we will likely release the thing live, or the thing afterwards. But the live actual as it happens, we're not doing a live stream. But it will be recorded and we will likely post the whole thing afterwards, maybe, depending on what Preston decides to do with it.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah, Wade, we got you, bro.
Convince Preston.
Yeah, that's a Preston decision. That's a lot of work on him. So
yeah,
he's got to edit it all up. So yeah, I'm not gonna make him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make him do that.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
yeah.
if there's a way to record, do the recording, and then maybe we'll release that out to the Patreon first, and then go from there. But we'll have a discussion with Preston. But I don't want it to be I don't want it to be a bear on him because we appreciate him setting up shop for us. So I'm not trying to add additional work for him. So from my standpoint, if there's a way to just capture the audio and then maybe we can release the audio to the Patreons first for a period and then give it to everybody else, that's consideration. But I'm not trying to add work to Preston because we appreciate him for doing this for us.
Facts. Let's keep it moving with the cuts, Dave. Jaden Sheridan, that's your guy, right? He had a lot of reps during camp.
Yeah, man.
But unfortunately, they decided to let him go. I'm not sure why. But they moved on from him. Dave, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm kind of crushed by this one. I thought he had a legitimate shot to make the roster. He did clear waivers, so there's still an opportunity maybe to put him in the squad, maybe, possibly, depending on how things go. But, I was getting concerned when I saw Mike Boone. And Mike Boone getting a lot of work too.
Yeah, he gets a lot of work.
And that concerned me a little bit. It concerned me a bit when that was happening. So I'm kind of hurt. I always root for my FCS guys. So I think he's still going to get another shot in the league. But if all else fails, maybe he can sneak back into the squad later. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think he's definitely. And again, this does not preclude us from bringing any of these guys back. We're first in the waiver order. Well, they cleared waivers. So now they can go sign wherever. But I'm sure if we picked up the phone and called some of these guys back, I'm sure they would have an opportunity. So another one, Dave, Willie Drew is another FCS guy, right? That you
not Division II. He went to Virginia State.
Division II. My bad.
Virginia State.
Yeah, HBCU guy. Yep. So any thoughts on Willie Drew? I thought Willie Drew, he had a rough game.
Rough.
Yeah.
Lowest PFF score on the team defensively.
Yeah.
Against the Patriots.
He had a rough game, bro.
When he gave up that TD, I knew it was over.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I knew it was. I was like, "There's no way he's about to win. No way.
Yep. Yeah, man. So
tough.
tough for Willie Drew. He had a tough game, and he had been getting a little work during practice too. So I kind of understand this one. I know a lot of people had high hopes for him, but didn't quite work out, so they moved on. DB, that's Caden Stearns, who we released. We talked about him. I
Didn't
believe
pass a physical.
he didn't
Right.
pass his physical. Yeah, we had to let him rock. And then tight end Stephon Sullivan, who, we all are fans of. Stephon's a friend of the show, actually. He had him on the show before in the past.
Yep.
And unfortunately he got injured, and I think they got an injury settlement,
Yep.
reached an injury settlement, and moved on from him, which it does suck because he's been injured a lot. A lot of raw ability that never got molded into his potential. He never reached his full potential, which really sucks. Because I thought he had a lot of talent. I'm hopeful that we bring him back and maybe he can stay healthy and throw him on the practice squad, because he has, bro. He's got the measurables. He's like 6'6", a tall guy. He's a matchup problem, and he was just starting to come into his own, and just could never stay healthy. But Dave, any other thoughts on this? So we also released our Devin Tompkins, who also had an injury. He's not. I don't know why didn't put him up there. But
Yeah, he had an injury
Devin
settlement too.
Tompkins,
Right.
injury settlement, which is crazy because this kid, he came into camp and really lit it up. And I really thought, and a lot of other people thought he was going to push to make a roster spot. Like, he was that good. Special teams, he was cooking. He was really cooking, and it sucks to see him get injured. I'm not sure what happened. I think they said it's a hamstring, and I think it happened during the game.
Yes.
But yeah, he was cooking. He was cooking, and it really sucks that he is now is now been cut due to injury. But yeah, man, that really sucks because he was definitely eating. Quick, shifty guy, return ability, special teams. Just unfortunately got injured. Dave, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, so ISM sitting in the sweet spot right now, to say the least. Right now at this
Well,
point.
I thought, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought ISM was always safe. I don't think
Yeah.
Devin Tompkins was gonna push him off the roster, but I thought that Devin Tompkins could maybe make some noise for that lad. I think guys like Jalen Coker are probably a little breathing a sigh of relief a little bit, because I
I
thought he may have pushed towards that.
I
For that
think
last
for
spot.
me, when I thought about Devin Tompkins, because of his special teams ability, I thought it was going to be one of those type of situations between him and ISM. Only because those are because when you talk about getting a jersey on game day and things of that sort, those are the type of factors that are taken into account. And because he was being a playmaker too and was getting those opportunities, I would have. That's why I had those two as a situation. I didn't think it was an issue of Coker, because Coker don't really play special teams.
Yeah, he don't play special teams, but still, when it comes down to that last spot, I don't know. I just, yeah, I don't know. I think that I thought he was definitely pushing to make a spot, though, for sure. Definitely pushing. But it's unfortunate.
I guess,
That
and an update, because somebody posted it, and I did see it as well. Caden Stearns, he ended up going to Philadelphia.
Interesting.
Yeah, he ended up going to
Very
Philadelphia.
interesting. I did not know that. I did
Yeah,
not
he
know
ended
that.
up going to Philadelphia.
So what did he like? Because he got claimed by us too. So I wonder if he was like, you know what, y'all, my ankle, my spinal back.
I
You know
broke my
what?
back.
My back. I'm not. Hey, I'm not respectfully. My back is broken, and I'm not gonna play for y'all. And I'm just gonna go to Philly. So I get that. I get that play. Nice little chest move by Caden Stearns. I get it. I probably would have done the same had I had that opportunity. So respect. Kudos. I see what you did there. I see what you did. I see what you did.
The
Um,
physical is subjective. He passed on the way out of Denver. Well, there you have it, sir. Maybe we got a
yeah, it
more
was
rigorous.
subjective, all right.
Maybe we got a more rigorous physical out in Charlotte, bruh.
No, I'm sure I'm sure he made it more rigorous. I'm sure he was like, you know what? Let me get a second opinion, because my spinal cord is broken, and I need another opinion. So I'm just
and
gonna
then
take
and
my
then all
time
of a
for
sudden
Philly and call it a
it's
day.
just fine in Philadelphia.
Now he's just fine. Physical pass on the roster. I see what he did. Hey, that's smart. I get it. I see what you did there, Caden. That's
Kane was
smooth.
like, I am not going to Carolina. Man, yo, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bruh. Started limping on Mint Street.
Yo, that's funny, bro. Nah, that's funny, bro. That's funny.
I will say this: if we start picking up these players, taking advantage of our top waiver for the first 3 weeks of the season, and then they
And
keep
dudes
failing
start
these
failing
physicals,
physicals.
I'm
Yeah,
losing my mind,
yeah,
y'all.
bro. Yeah,
I'm
bro.
losing my
For sure,
mind.
for sure, bro. Yeah, man. It's interesting though. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Could be very interesting. All right, so we signed some guys. We're a little thin in the offensive line department. So we signed a couple of offensive linemen. Uh, tackle Tyler Smith, defensive tackle Walter Palmore, offensive lineman Jack Anderson. We brought back wide receiver Tavion Robinson and defensive tackle Jaden Peavy. So a lot of trench work. You know, we also lost Jalen Crumedy, who I did not have on the next slide, but Crumedy is going to be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
He has an issue he's dealing with. So we got to get the trenches right. We got to get those trenches right. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All right, and Panthers and New Browns. Yeah, I mean, you never know, bro. Spinal,
Man.
bro. All right, let's keep it moving. Any additional cuts or signings that we need to talk about?
No, I don't
I
think
think
so. I
that's
think we
it.
covered them all.
All right, let's talk about some returns. So, Return of the Mac. Shout out to Vashta. She hates that song, but we
I
might need
know
to
she
put that.
does. We
We
got to
might need
make
to
sure
put
we
that
play it on
on the
Thursday.
playlist. That got to come on the
Yeah, we got to
playlist.
play it on Thursday.
But we got some guys that return. Inside linebacker Shaq Thompson. Good seeing him out there. Because bro, the defense had themselves a MF and day the day before yesterday. Yesterday they had them a nice little defensive performance. And Shaq was out there leading the team, out there hopping. Hey, 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 to Candy Rain when they was out there picking apart our offense, all of our offenses, first team and second team. They was
All the
picking.
offenses, first,
Shout
second,
out to
third, fourth,
Damani.
fifth.
Shout out to Damani Richardson. He was going ham out there. And Shaq Thompson. Hey, to Candy Rain, bro. They was out there vibing. The Candy Rain defense was just having a party. You know what I mean? So shout out to Shaq Thompson. Good to see him back out there. Tommy Tremble. Tommy Tremble is another guy that is back. Got a couple of reps out there. Good to see Tommy back because we need that blocking tight end. We know that we're probably not going to get Ian Thomas back until week 1. But Tommy Tremble was balling out there. We're not balling to say he's balling, but it's just good to see him back out there. And Xavier Leggett. Xavier Leggett returned to practice. That's also another good sign. Hopefully these guys are warming themselves back up and they'll be ready to go going up against the Jets for joint practice. I know they already said they pretty much said all these guys are not playing during the game, but we'll see if they'll get some run against the Jets in joint practices. That should be interesting. Will be interesting if they hold them out. They hold them out.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, I know we're about to get. I know we're probably going to get into the discussion about the expectation for joint practice versus playing, but we'll see.
Yeah, Wade said he said he don't even know how I even walked into facility
Jesus.
with a broken back. Caden Stearns pulled the broken back trick. Oldest
Bro.
trick in the book. Damn,
Oh
Caden.
my God.
But yeah, man. So these are the guys that are coming back from injuries. Good to see them. We're starting to turn the corner, getting a little healthy. Some of these guys we ain't seen all training camp. Good to see them back. So I'm happy about it. And here's some more injury updates. Sam Franklin, we know he's still out with his foot injury. Ian Thomas is going to be out up until week 1. Just said that earlier. Jonathan Brooks still working his way back. I think they're talking about starting him out on the pup, putting him out for 5 weeks, which is about what we thought anyway. So we'll see what happens there. DJ Wanham, not sure what's going on with him. Don't know when we're going to get him back. And Josh Nijman going to be out for some time.
They're saying it's going to be longer than they anticipated, right?
Yeah. Who, for Wanham or Nijman?
For Nijman.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? Yeah, both of these guys, Nijman and Wanham, we signed for, and I think we expected them to participate and be solid. Like Nijman is probably going to be a swing tackle, and then you got Wanham, who's supposed to be basically our second edge rusher, and neither of these guys are healthy and ready to go. Haven't seen them all camp. Haven't seen them play a snap in anything. So yeah, all these guys are going to be out for a little bit. And Amari Barno, I feel his time might be over here in Carolina. Yeah, I feel like it might be done, bro. I don't know if they're gonna wait on him. I know he's still recovering from the ACL, but he might be done here, bro. They're still working out guys. They're talking about bringing new guys in, and we got that number 1 waiver priority. So I see us using that, and I don't know if we're gonna wait on guys like Amari Barnawanam. You just paid, so you got to get him back at some point. But Amari Barno, I ain't seeing it, bro.
Best
Um,
ability is availability.
yeah, yep, yep. My man JG says I called that Brooks pup list. Yeah, it's probably gonna happen.
You're not alone. A lot of folks
Probably
felt
gonna
like that
happen.
was gonna happen. You weren't the only person, man.
Yep, yep.
Some
Um,
folks thought he'd be ready week 1. So nah,
yeah,
he's
and Iku, shout out to Iku Leota, who had an amazing game, highest graded player for the
PFF.
Panthers. Yep, last whenever the game was. And Chaseon's also having a good camp as well. So both of these guys are stepping up, and I fully think Leota's gonna grab a roster spot. He's playing well. He's been getting a lot of praise from the coaches. And they're just, I think even Ijiro said these guys are inexperienced, but they got talent. And so it's up to him to kind of get the best out of them. And right now he's doing just that. These guys are playing well. And I got to be honest, Leota's getting a lot of burn. Like he's getting a lot. When I say reps matter, they matter, bro. But he's getting a lot with Wanham not playing, and then you got Clavon Chase on. He had a vet day the other day. Then you got Clowney taking vet days. Like there's just opportunity after opportunity for Leota, and he's taking advantage of it. Which is what I be trying to tell y'all. These reps matter, right? They help everybody. Like even for the most experienced guys, they matter. You know what I mean? So when you talk about holding out Bryce and holding out these guys for games, to me, like all reps matter, bro. These guys, some of these guys are really stepping it up, bro. So, yeah, Iku and Leota being replaced. I think they're two different. I think they play
I
two
think we
different
got to
roles.
stop that, man. I saw that a lot
Yeah,
on Twitter, and I got to
yeah.
know it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all.
It's easy. Yeah,
It's
It's
easy,
easy
man.
to
And you know
compare
what?
the Uths.
That's too effortless for y'all. Y'all are
Are we
better than
racist?
that.
Are we racist, Dave? Is that
I'm
what you're
not
saying?
saying that. Don't do that. Don't do that today. It is Tuesday. Don't do that today. Okay. I'm just saying I think we have a habit of trying to replace somebody with somebody else rather quickly, and I think we need to stop that. Like, don't do that, because then if he shows up and he starts playing, getting more playing time when the games count, and he ain't playing like Luvu, y'all gonna freaking try to assassinate this guy on Twitter, and that ain't fair to him. Let that man have his success. Like
Yeah.
let that man ball. Let him
Yeah.
create his own thing. Y'all got to
Yeah.
stop with that, man.
Yeah, I agree. It's easy to compare them because they have the Polynesian descent and all that, and
Yeah.
even
Well,
you see Leota
we can.
throwing up the oof. So I mean, I get it, but
I
they
mean, it's
they
the
play
same
two
thing when you
different
talk
roles.
about quarterbacks. Like we everybody try to get Cam Newton, and I'm like, guys, they ain't a
Okay,
Cam Newton every draft.
let me address something because I see this. Well, y'all, I thought Dave, I do a good job of making this show, uh, you know, um, you know, talk about like realistic scenarios. There's a reason why I don't talk about Hassan Reddick coming back to Carolina because I see it in the chat.
There's
I
a
see
reason
it in the
why I
chat.
wasn't trying to discuss it.
There's a reason why we don't talk because it's not happening.
No. You're being nice, Rashad. You're being way
Yeah.
too nice to this. I'm going to break it down to you guys. We got the third worst cap in the league right now, available cap space right now. Hassan Reddick got traded to the Jets because he wanted to get paid. He
Yes.
left us because he wanted to get paid.
Yes.
Like, so it's obvious that we cannot pay him. So we're going to trade for him to literally hold out just like he's doing with the Jets. Like the Jets, and since we're here, the Jets, guys, why did you trade for the guy knowing that you got to pay him? You know you got to pay him. He wanted to be traded to get paid. So you have to pay him when you trade him. Like when we traded Brian Burns, what's the first thing the Giants did? What the first thing the Giants did, Rashad?
Paid him.
They paid him. The first thing they did because he wanted to get paid. We ain't got the money, and we've shown that we didn't want to pay him. So why would he want to come here?
He's not coming back. Yeah,
he's not coming here.
Yeah, he's not coming back here. And this is also why I don't talk about Ayuk coming here as well. Like there's just these guys want major.
They want their money. And by the way, we paid a wide receiver and we traded him. Oh, let me stop because then it's going to put me in a different tangent. Let me slow down.
And then we went out and traded for another wide receiver who we're probably going to end up paying after this year.
More than what we paid DJ Moore the first time. You want to, right. And then I'll be doing this.
I told y'all.
More than what we paid DJ Moore the first time, we're going to pay this man.
I try to inject a little bit of realism. There's reasons why I don't talk about certain. It's a waste of time, bro. It's a waste of time to talk about Reddick. He's not coming here. It's a waste of time to talk about Ayuk. They went their rounds with Ayuk in the offseason when he was available. They kicked that can. It's not happening, bro. If they were gonna trade for a wide receiver, it would have been Ayuk the first time and not Deontay Johnson. They got the guy that they were able to get, which is Deontay Johnson, which was a very low cap play with a high potential to boom. You know what I mean? That was a low risk big reward play. Like that's what that was for Deontay. We didn't have the funds to go out there and get an IU. And all we sit up here and do is complain about, oh, we want an IU. We want an IU. Bro, it's not happening. It's really not, bro. Like
It's
I
just,
really try. I try not to. When you see me not talking about that and avoiding these conversations, that's why, because it's not happening. And I can make
I
all
just,
the clickbaity videos and posts I want to, but I won't do it because that's not my style.
I just think sometimes the fan base, and I get into it sometimes too. I think sometimes we get into this. Well, why don't we just go get this guy when you got to look at more than this ain't Madden. You know what I'm saying? If we playing Madden, you can get whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You can pull all the strings you want. You can do what you need to do. But we know for a fact that historically we don't really do that. That's why we didn't go after Higgins. That's why we didn't go after AU. We got Deontay Johnson because it was perfect. Because they need a corner. We need a wide receiver. We'll make the trade. Boom, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. And there you go. It worked out. And I heard, so for me, I think we have to be realistic with it. And after getting Deontay Johnson, why would you think we would trade for another guy? Like, that's the other thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, why
It
would
just
we,
doesn't
like,
make
if
sense.
we already traded for a wide receiver, why do you think we would trade for another one? Like that
Yeah.
was the other piece for me.
We can't even get Gilly off the couch, and y'all talking about Ayuk.
Gilly
We can't even call Gilly, and he right on the street.
Gilly is up the street, and Gilly's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on
Yeah,
this couch.
we can't even pay Gilly what he want, probably most likely. And y'all talking about Ayuk and Reddick, bro, it's not happening.
And we drafted a guy. We drafted a guy last year. We got Thielen, and we traded for Deontay. So like, what is like? I'm trying to understand. Like, what do you guys want?
I get it. No, they want the best proven player, and I understand that.
You have to pay for that.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's a realism. You have to work that deal out, and unfortunately, we just don't have the resources. And I just don't think we're gonna do. I don't think we're in that scenario to make that happen. We're not, as a team, we're not there yet.
I don't think we're gonna be willing to pay the money that T. Higgins wanted. I don't think we were gonna be willing to pay the money that A wants. And depending on what Deontay Johnson does this year, I don't know if we're gonna be willing to pay him. And we're gonna be back to square one.
Yeah, see, this is great. My man Kevon Chubb says, man, imagine me and Shy's kids and they want something. It ain't happening. I don't know why we're even talking about this. It's a waste of time. Yeah, I got my kids trained to they know not to ask me. Hey, the cap ain't worked out like that.
My kids
over the cap.
My kids don't even ask.
Yeah.
They do. Like, I know that my son always starts with, I know you're gonna say no, but I was like, since you know I'm gonna say no, why ask?
I mean, I think we're going to be in a position to make these kind of moves eventually if we continue to pay the right people and cut the right people. But we got to dig ourselves out a little bit of hole first. You know, with all this dead money that we have on the cap, we got to get rid of that. We got to play smart. We can't just boom immediately start wheeling and dealing. And then you got to, again, say this all the time. Yo, the player has to want to come here. So I'm sure Ayuk.
I mean, didn't Caden Stearns teach y'all anything this week? Didn't Caden Stearns teach you anything? You gotta want to come here. My man out here failing physicals to go to Philadelphia. Like, come on, guys. So, I mean, we paid our wide receiver, but we traded him away.
Yeah, and I think we'll be way more risk adverse when the team is in a better place. Like, I think you could see moves being made to shift. If we're Super Bowl bound, I think you would see a crazy move to get a guy like Ayuk on the roster and moving whatever it takes. We're just not in that space to make that happen right now. We're trying to build. You have to build through the draft. You have to build some sort of base through the draft, right? Unless you're going all in with the Rams theory or the Rams methodology of putting together a team where they don't care about any of their picks and they're just building through vets. That's one methodology that not a lot of teams are willing to do. You got to build through the draft. And then you start to, once you're at some level of success, then you start putting the cherries on top. We not there yet, bro. We just grabbed the ice cream. We just grabbed the cone. We ain't even, we about to grab the handle and start to put some ice cream in there. You know what I mean, we ain't nowhere near there. You know what I mean? So we got a long way to go, bro. So we gotta fortunately be a little patient, which I know is hard. We suck. I get it. I completely understand the frustration, bro. And I hold that because I'm really about to get on soapbox. But I get it, y'all. We not in a great place but we got to give Canales the opportunity. We got to give Morgan an opportunity to get it right. And let's see what happens. All right, let's go ahead. Patreon.com/PlayStationPC. Man, join the Patreon. Shout out to my man who won the tickets, man. He claimed his ticket. He's going to either the Chargers game or the Bengals game. Just got to check with my parents, see which one they want first, and then he'll either pick from one of those two. I told him to give him the top two. He chose, so I'll be sending him his ticket soon. So if you want access to sit next to your boy and watch a game and turn up in section 310 and get super wasted and just cheer on the Panthers, win, lose, or draw, become a Patreon member and sign up to become an MVP level member. Those are the only ones eligible to win the game ticket. It's a silver club seat. It's covered, so you don't got to worry about no rain. You don't got to worry about the elements. It's all good. You might need to worry about a little bit of sun depending on the time of the game, so bring some shades. But outside of that, it's going to be dope. Let's have a good time. And shout out to everybody that's went to a game with me. It's been lit. Shout out to the franchise folks as well, man. We appreciate y'all support. And we also appreciate the free agents as well. Salute to the free agents, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all the soldiers. We appreciate it. Jerry, shout out to my man Jerry. Jerry, my guy Jerry.
Jerry got his ticket,
Joel,
man.
another guy, Joel, who I gave some tickets to for training camp. I got y'all names mixed up. My bad. Salute to Jerry, man. We're gonna be getting. I hope you drink, Jerry. We're gonna be getting wasted. Okay, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Dave Underdog, especially
How you gonna do that to me, man?
Especially if we lose it too, bro. Because if we lose, that's all you can do is just drink. But go ahead, Dave. Underdog fans.
All right, man. Look, man. Now we're real close to the NFL season at this point. You know, the best ball drafts are popping off right now. They just added some brand new ones for folks. You can get in one as low as $3. So go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use the promo code PNP when you sign up. I won a decent chunk of money in best ball drafts last year. I won a couple $1,000 best draft last year. So just go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use the promo code PNP when you do. It really helps out the channel, y'all.
Yeah, perfect. Shout out to UnderdogFantasy.com, man. We appreciate them. Been day one guys. Been rocking with Underdog Fantasy since day one. It's crazy to see their growth. But salute to Underdog, man. PNP. All right, PNP and Friends Live. Come check that out. Again, we released 30 tickets. I don't know how many are left. Let me check. Let me do this refresh real quick because we may have sold out again. Oh no, we got plenty left.
Plenty left.
About 21 left. 21 left. So only 9 tickets have sold since we released the 30 tickets. So go in and grab a ticket. Eventbrite. We posted a link a couple times in the chat. Scroll back up, or my man Grandizer just dropped the link there. Check that out.
Yeah, that link that he's losing. He doesn't have enough characters for it, so you might want to repost that link. Shot.
All right, there you go. There you go. Hop on that link, and it's gonna be lit. And yeah, man, shout out to Sheena, shout out to Vashta, shout out to Carlo, shout out to Dave, shout out to the friends that show up too. We might have some more friends. I cannot confirm or deny anybody attending. We just throw the invite out there. If they decide to pull up, they pull up. We have not received any confirmations yet, so we'll see, man. You can't. Sometimes you just got to pull up and see what. So you got to pop out and show them, Dave. Sometimes, you know what I mean. You never know. Never know who's gonna pull
sometimes
up.
you got to do the Kendrick, man. You just got to pop.
All right. So yeah, Hop Fly Brewery, Uptown Charlotte, lit. It's gonna be fun. It's free. Lots of beer gonna be flowing. Got some raffles. Got a couple jerseys. I'm gonna raffle off. I've got JC Horn. I've got Bryce Young jerseys. So autographed jerseys. So come check it out. It's gonna be too lit. Too lit.
I just know I got an early flight to catch Friday morning. So
yep,
I'm gonna drink.
No, Dave, Dave will pull an all nighter, bro.
I can't, bro. Like it's a 6 a.m. flight, and I gotta work when I get there.
You
when I
might
get
well
home.
Stay up, bro. You might as well stay up, man. Stop.
You are here. Look, man, I like being efficient when I'm at work. You know what I'm saying?
That's overrated. Being official is overrated.
Oh Lord.
All right. So as we prepare for the Jets, Dave, here's the question, Dave. Are we ready? Are the Carolina is this version, the Dave Canales version of the Carolina Panthers, ready to take on the New York Football Jets, Dave?
We ain't got that guy on the team no more.
Exactly, which is why it's up here, Dave. You brought up a great point. Great segue, King. Because Dave, the question is, last year, if you recall, joint practices last year, Brian Burns was wreaking havoc. Okay, he
Mm-hmm.
was all in the backfield, going crazy. Okay, but now there is no more Brian Burns. So where is the pass rush coming from outside? And we know Clowney's going to get his. We know Clowney's been he's been demolishing practice every day since training camp started. But the question is that going to carry over against another team? You know what I mean? So that's the question. Are we going to have a pass rush? Who's going to step up? Because we got some we love Brian Burns while he was here, but now he's an op. You know what I mean? So the fact of the matter is we got to replace that pass rush ability for these joint practices. And are we going to do it? That's the question. Are we going to do it, Dave? Are we going to
Boy, I
replace
hope so. Because the thing is, man, like, Roger, and I recall it because I was there last year. Rogers was frustrated,
Yeah,
bro.
he was pissed.
He
He
was
was pissed.
frustrated. Um, so we kind of need to do that again. We need to do that again. Um, I will say this. I think the fan base is, after the first preseason game, we're doing the whole it's still early. Shout out to Pat, it's still early, it's just camp. But guys, this is gonna say a lot. And this is also, I think, is gonna decide who's gonna play if we play anybody.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this is because I could see a scenario where if we don't play well, we might be playing a lot of folks on that game on Saturday. And I also could see a scenario that if we do play well, then we probably won't play nobody on Saturday. Because then we'll
Yeah. So
get the
somebody
go ahead.
yes, somebody asked who was on the offensive line for the uh the Jets. So they got Tyron Smith, which I forgot. John Simpson with Tyron Smith, their left tackle. John Simpson from left guard. Joe Titman, Elijah Vera Tucker. I remember scouting him, and Morgan Moses from Baltimore. I remember him as well. But yeah, that's their starting offensive line. So nice, solid group. I think our,
Mm-hmm.
our defensive line is going to be tested. It's going to be very interesting to see how that pans out, and I'm excited. We know one thing for me is I usually come on these after shows and after these training camp practices. I usually come up here and say, "Yo, I ain't really got to worry about the defense like that." You know what I mean? Because they've been balling. They always show up damn near every practice. I think they've obviously won more practices than they lost when you compare it to the offense. But this is going to be a real test to see where they are. You know what I mean? They got a really good. I know I'm taking a tangent off of the pass rush itself, but they got some solid receivers that we need to match up
Mm-hmm.
against. Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, solid group. Xavier Gibson, Malachi Corley. So this is a solid group of wide receivers. And the truth is our cornerback room, while I don't think it's let us down. The truth is that I don't think they've really been tested yet, and I think this is going to be the true test of whether that depth is good or not, and whether you need to hit the panic button, and call it Stephon Gilmore, because we know we got in JC, but it ain't JC. It's Dane Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson, the Tito and my man Tito and Jermaine. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's those dudes. After that, who's after that? You know what I mean? So we gotta Troy Hill, all these cornerbacks, and we got to make sure that we got that the secondary tightened up. So it's gonna go a long way to see whether we're ready or not. Uh, so Noli
Oh
says,
God.
what's our O line versus? And now, let me see. Segway King. Noli reads my mind. Reads my mind.
This is my fear, bruh.
What about the offensive line? And this, my friend,
This is my fear,
is
bruh.
the biggest concern. This is the biggest concern, right? Because number one, is the offensive line going to be healthy? Are we going to see Damian Lewis? Because if not, you're throwing out Chandler Zavala out there. And so I've got concerns. Are the snaps going to be right? Like, how is Corbett coming along? Um, I'm pretty confident. I mean, Icky, I think is coming along well. I don't have major concerns with Moten. I think that the edges are cool, but it's
It's
the
the
really
middle, man.
the interior I'm worried about. So here's the question that Noe's asking: the defensive line, Jermaine Johnson, Quentin Williams, Javon Kinlaw. Um,
Bruh.
so out then you take out Hassan Reddick because we know Hassan Reddick's not going to be there. So then you got Michael Clemens. They still got Will McDonald. Um, they got Tack McKinley. So they got some guys. I mean, it's not. I mean, Hassan would have struck a little fear in me, but I mean, they ain't. Jermaine Johnson is not. Shout out to FSU. Quinn is gonna cause some problems. Javon Kinlaw gonna cause some problems. But but we'll see, man. We'll see. I think this is gonna be the biggest test of the joint practices. Can our offensive line hold up? Because that's the biggest question mark. That was our biggest bugaboo last year. That's where Bryce was getting his head knocked off. He couldn't trust anything. That's where he got happy feet. All his mechanics, his fundamentals, everything goes out the window when you're not protected. So hopefully this will go a long way for Bryce to really instill some confidence in the guys in front of him, which will then allow that to translate to his game. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like I think it's gonna. I got questions, and I don't even know who's gonna be playing. Like I don't know who's healthy, right? I know. You got Icky who's healthy. Robert Hunt's healthy. Moten's healthy. Corbett's healthy. But the biggest question mark is Damian Lewis. Could we get Damian Lewis back tomorrow for the little walkthrough, and then hopefully, he comes back on Thursday ready to go, and then we could finally see what we have in this offensive line. I think that's the biggest key. We don't until we get Damian Lewis, a guy we invested some money in, back out there playing and playing well. I don't know, bro. I don't know, but this is going to go a long way to instilling confidence. Dave, what you think?
I'm afraid. I think I'm hoping that this offensive line grows here. They're gonna be going up against a legitimate pass rush. So this is an opportunity to see what we've learned. I saw the article, I saw the reports on Twitter about the fact that one of the recent practices was very short. Not the last one was very short. It was a very short practice. They were running laps. How bad the offense played. So we gotta be able to protect Bryce here. We have to be able to protect Bryce here.
Yeah, and mind you, keep in mind last year we had to throw on the red jerseys to be safe. Because you remember we switched to the black jerseys. Even during the joint practices, they still use the red ones to ensure Bryce doesn't get his head knocked off. But yeah, we gotta make sure Bryce is protected. And listen, shout out to Jordan Matthews, who had a great press conference. I'm not sure if you saw it, Dave. Did you see
I
it?
didn't see it. I heard about it though.
Did you hear about it? Do we all need to watch it together?
Sure.
Because Jordan Matthews talked about us covering Bryce up. Like we got to protect him. And it's not just the offensive line, it's the coaches, it's the receivers, it's the running backs. Everybody has to step up. He talked about how Bryce Young just didn't wake up and become a Heisman Trophy winner. Like the kid can play. And he said how he feels about Bryce and how he can play. And we just need to do a better job covering Bryce. And it takes everybody. And I'll be damned, I think the fans need to cover him too. If you really want me to, get on my soapbox, I say, yo, we got to have his back. At least give him an opportunity to show something, right? We know what last year was a wash. Like we get it. Like it was all bad around him. No, there's nobody that would have succeeded in that situation. No, not one quarterback out here. You know what I mean? So like now here we're wiping the slate clean, bro. Just give him a fair shot before we all go and criticize him, bro. Like cover him up as a fan base, fam. Like let's cheer the dude. Like listen, what people don't understand is I'm not trying to tell people how to fan because we got some people in their feelings on my last show because people were saying, oh, freaking you telling us how to fan and you're criticizing. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm giving them a shot to at least prove me right or prove me wrong. Like
I think
unfair.
folks sometimes are possessed with being right. so much that they don't even give somebody a time to grow and figure it out. And I said this on Twitter, and I'll say it here. Like, we out here trying to put an indictment on Bryce and already trying to say what he is and what isn't he, and we haven't even given him enough time. Like, you've had quarterbacks that took a while to figure it out, and they became all pros and future
Peyton
Hall of
Manning,
Famers.
including.
Drew Brees. Drew
Yeah.
Brees struggled when he
Yeah,
first got into
Trevor
the league.
Lawrence. It's a lot of it's a countless number of guys.
And then we've
their
also
rookie
had
year, bro.
guys. We've also had guys that showed out their first year and then became a shell of themselves rather quickly. So you get it from both ends of the spectrum. It takes time to figure this out, right? I'm not ready to be out here saying somebody's good or great
Hey,
till
bro,
like
Knox said
3
Bryce.
years.
He might be trash.
He
I'm
probably
not
thought
saying
that
he won't be.
he probably thought
I'm
Derek
not,
Brown was too.
bro. I'm not saying he won't be trash, but I'm at least give him the opportunity to show me that he's really trash. You know what I mean? So like I get it. Hey, bro, I'm with you, bro. You talking, bro? Y'all sometimes y'all forget who y'all talking to. Y'all talking to a dude that almost caused a freaking riot in the stadium last year. Like, I'm down to criticize, bro. I'm down for the smoke when it's time for it. When the time is appropriate, I'm down to criticize everybody. Nobody safe, bro. I'm down for it. But what we not going, it's week one, bro.
It's week one.
We played one preseason game and seen a handful of practices.
But the thing
Like,
is that we played a preseason game without Bryce. Like, there's some aspects of it where we don't know yet. That's why I think it's important to give him some reps. But we'll see, man. These joint practice reps are gonna matter too. But I just think folks gotta calm down with regards to what Bryce is, because I think folks keep I think when I put the tweet saying I told y'all not to trade up to 1, you guys thought that was about Bryce. It was not about Bryce at all. It wouldn't have mattered. I didn't like the trade. I didn't like the fact that we did it, because I felt like you got to have pieces. Like, you don't get, like, quarterbacks are good because of the pieces around him. Like, I think, like, every draft doesn't, and I said it earlier in the show, every draft doesn't have a Cam Newton. Every draft doesn't have a Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Every draft doesn't have a Patrick Mahomes. But even like Mahomes did miracle work last year, but he got help. He had some help. Like, you got to have pieces around him to succeed. That man almost got killed last year with that offensive line. And I'm nervous that he might get killed again during this joint practice. So I hope that red jersey is bright, because they got a good pass rush in New York, man. They do. They got a good pass rush, man. Offensive line got to step up. You can't blame Bryce for that. I mean, the man's got to have time to make decisions. Like, we gotta keep all that in mind.
And people gotta remember, last year during joint practices, Bryce looked all right out there. He was solid. He was solid last year against the Jets defense. So the biggest issue with him was the fact that he was running for his freaking life. And so if we can protect him, hopefully he has a duplicate effort from last year. You know what I mean? So listen, I feel like go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Dave. Throw it up there.
I was gonna put this up here because I want to remind folks because you're right, Mahomes has Andy Reid. I mean, all that stuff matters, guys.
It does matter.
It all matters.
Yes, last year in practice, correct. In practice. That's all we can go for. That's what's going to be in front of us. In practice. In practice, yes.
Yeah.
That's all we can go for. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to see. We're probably not going to see him during the preseason game, especially if he goes out there and has a good practice. You probably won't see him. A lot of coaches use these joint practices as game reps. They count these as game reps. They count these as live. So if you don't see him out there, if you don't see him out there on Saturday, then don't be surprised.
Who do we give 3 years? Couldn't have been him. He just got here.
We ain't gave him 3
minutes. We ain't even give him 2 years yet. We gave that man a season with that atrocious offensive line. What are we talking about here?
But so yeah, I mean, I'm excited for these joint practices, bro. I'm definitely excited for the joint practices, and we just had a whole conversation about Bryce, so we could kind of, I hope he goes out there. I'm cheering for the guy. Listen, a lot of people out there, like Dave said earlier, want to be right, so they cheering for him to fail so they could take a victory,
man. And they're gonna say, "Well, CJ Stroud would have done this." I said, I would say,
yeah, I mean, we should be past that. We should be past that. I mean, we got what we got.
I don't know if CJ Stroud could have saved Frank Reich's job. I'm just gonna let y'all know that.
We passed that, bro. I don't
we
want to play the
passed that.
hypotheticals. We got who we got.
Yeah.
And listen, we got to cheer for Bryce, bro. It just is what. If you want to cheer for this team's success, let's try to hope. Let's try to put some wishful thinking to positive energy out there for Bryce. You know what I mean? Like, and we can bash him if he's trash. I'm down to bash when he's trash. I'm down for that's a bar too. I'm down for it. I'll print up another shirt. But I'm down for it when it's time. But like, yo, like we ain't even seen the man we have no idea what Canales is gonna do week 1. This dude could come out there and be the second coming of Drew Brees, and we don't know. Y'all so ready to throw him under the bus. We have no clue. I just wish everybody had an opportunity. I wish everybody gave him an opportunity to at least show them something before we start killing the man.
It's patience. Like, and I said this on Twitter too. You can't ask our owner to be patient when we can't even do it. I know we're frustrated, but being frustrated and being patient are two different things. Because we are frustrated. I get it. You ain't got to tell me that. But you guys out here ready to move on from this guy. We ain't giving him a proper opportunity. How about he has a head coach for more than a year? Let's start there.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Can we start there first?
It's a good start.
It's just start. That ain't too much to ask. You know, so let's start there. Let's see if we can try to keep some type of continuity within that. Let's roll with that.
My man said he always acting like he a victim. Bro, he was a victim last year. He was a victim.
He was a victim. He got drafted to a team, and he and he got his head coach. His head coach got fired during the year. In his first season.
If you look up victim in a dictionary, Bryce Young be staring right at you in the face because he was definitely a victim, bro. He was a victim of circumstance. It is what it is, bro. If you calling it like you see it, then you would acknowledge it too. But you know, it is what it is. People, you know, it is what it is, bro. But anyway, salute to Bryce. I got his back. If nobody else got his back, I got his back, bro. I'm at least, you know, I ain't gonna put the full on cape for him when it needs to be criticized. We'll criticize him, but let's let him show us something first before we start criticizing. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
There's people gonna be taking victory laps whether Bryce is good or bad. That's true, man. Which is unfortunate. Ty says people forget he's only 23. He deserves a chance. Yeah, man, he deserves a little bit of chance, man. That's all. We gonna destroy him if it comes to that. We'll destroy him. But it's too soon. It's too soon right now. It's too soon. My man said Bryce should. Bro, you must not watch no games where he was getting his head taken off in the middle. He had like no time to throw the football. I mean, you had people like JT O'Sullivan and people like criticizing our offense and how remedial it was. Like, bro, that's what he was doing. Everything was bad for him last year. Like, I don't need to rehash it because just go back and watch weeks 1 through 18 of Panther P&P coverage where we basically destroy the team every week.
And the irony of it all is the guy you say he's better than, he beat in a head-to-head, but I ain't gonna hold y'all.
Yeah, the one team we did beat was the Texans.
But
Houston.
But you know what? I'm gonna be quiet because you know
just let it go, Dave. Just let it go. It won't matter. It won't matter what we sit up here and say. People gonna still say.
Look, man, we know. Listen, folks just want to be. Folks just want to be right, and that's fine. That's fine. But I just don't think you're right. You're not right yet, and we're not gonna know you're gonna be right until we get past 2025. That's the reality. Like, if y'all really want to keep it a buck, like we'll have this discussion after 2025 season. I'm not gonna have the discussion in the 2024 season.
Facts.
All right, let's move on.
All right, that's all I got. Hold on, let me just check my. I did have a couple more notes. Okay, Dave. Somebody asked us in the chat. Over under. Not in the chat, but on Twitter. Over under. How many squabbles are gonna happen during joint practices?
If they do the Gerard Mayo method, none.
Yeah,
y'all heard what Gerard Mayo said. Yeah. Gerard Mayo was a G, bro.
That's a dope. Hey, that's a dope little. What do you want to call it? Punishment.
Yeah,
that's a dope punishment, bro.
He was like, if the starters fight, you're playing all the preseason game. If the bench warmers fight, you don't play at all.
That's crazy, bro. I'm putting my hands in my pocket the whole practice, bro. I ain't doing that. Bro, that's your livelihood, fam. Like, if you a role player and you don't get a chance to play, bro, that's crazy. That's a roster spot. That could cost you a roster spot. That's crazy, bro.
Bruh. That's the difference. I don't know what Dave Canales told his team, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could put. I would, I would put the over under. I'll say 1.5.
So two, that's it. Two squabbles.
Yeah, maybe two squabbles.
Who do you think from our team is gonna start the squabble?
Clowny.
Yeah, it's gonna be Clowney, bro. I'm pushing all my money in on Clowney, bro. Clowney is definitely gonna start a squabble, bro.
Clowny's gonna
I'm with
start
it too.
one.
I'm with it too. Clowney
I,
definitely. Anybody from the offense you think is gonna start a squabble?
oh God. It'll probably be like a backup offensive lineman if I had to guess. If I keep it, but I don't have a name though. I just I think if you're gonna start it, but I think it'll be in the trenches, just like on the other end of the spectrum. But it's gonna
Yeah.
probably be a situation where if we're getting beat bad, I
Do
think
you think
somebody's
it?
gonna provoke.
Yeah, I think you'll be. I think it'll be reactionary, right? I think it'll be
Yeah,
like
and like
their
a hunt,
defense
like maybe
picking our
it'll
guy.
be a new
Yeah,
guy
and
on
then
the
and
team.
Icky. No, Icky has been like quite aggressive when it comes to protecting his guys. Like especially like after the play, he was the one that kind of ran up on Clowney. You know what I mean? When Chuba got taken down to the ground real hard that time. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
it's gonna be
Icky will.
it'll be
Go ahead.
fascinating. There was a lot of squabbles with the Patriots last year, so it'll be fascinating.
Yeah, one thing we didn't talk about. This is a great point. Shout out to Drake. He says, yo, like Sauce versus Deontay. And I think that's a fantastic point. Like our wide receivers, we talked about our wide receiving core earlier and how, yeah, they've gotten better. We've got some solid names out there, but are they gonna go out there and win one-on-ones? Last year, Mingo actually had a solid practice. If you go back to last year, I think he had like a 20-yard bomb from Bryce. So he had a solid day last year. So, and I don't think Sauce practiced last year against us. I think he sat.
Mm.
So I think it's gonna be really interesting to see if Sauce practices and how Deontay is gonna line up against him one-on-one. That's gonna be must-see TV, bro. Everybody gonna be recording. It's gonna be like it's gonna be clips galore. So that's gonna be dope. Um, even our other guys. I'm excited to see, my man Jalen Coker, see what he can do up against some of those guys. It's gonna be
Hmm.
exciting. It's gonna be really, really good.
I am looking forward, just like Carlo, I'm looking forward to Horn versus Wilson.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm looking forward
yeah,
to that, man.
it's good stuff, man. It's
I'm
gonna be
looking forward
fun.
to
Those
that.
one-on-one battles, and again, one-on-ones should not be taken with like, it's too much. I mean, you gotta. They're entertaining and they're fun practices, but it's definitely a handicap for the defensive guy. Like it's almost impossible. Like if you shut down a guy in one-on-ones, you're pretty damn good because it's designed to. There's no help, right? You're out there on
Right.
an island. There's nothing for you. So I wouldn't take too much away from. You know what I mean? The one-on-one. So like, I'm just saying hypothetically, if JC does get destroyed by Garrett, we all don't need to be like, oh yeah, JC's trash. Yeah, bro. These one-on-one drills are designed for offensive guys to go to work. Like it's not. You're getting no safety help. There's nothing like that. There's not no coverage. It's just one-on-one, mano a mano. So definitely not designed for our guys to win. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Very interesting. But don't get it twisted. If our DBs out there locking cats up, I'm definitely gonna be victory lapping. I'm sorry. That's how it works. Sorry. I'm sorry. I will be victory lapping. But anyway, any other things we can talk about, Dave? Let me check my notes real quick.
Nah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing the folks who's going to be going to PNP Live on Thursday. So make sure you get your tickets.
Yeah, go
Oh,
grab those tickets. I saw a couple more go. Um, let's see here. Yeah, yeah, I think I got everything. Yeah, so offensive, really the biggest thing I'm watching has got to be our offensive line. Is Bryce gonna be protected?
yeah,
It's gonna be
man.
lit.
And I'm curious to see what type of plays we're gonna run and if we can
Okay,
execute. Because we,
let me ask you this, Dave. Let me ask the whole chat this before we close this thing down. Let me ask this: is there anything that can be done or shown in this joint practice that is gonna be like, all right, we gonna be all right? Hopefully, based off of this, we gonna be all right. We don't need to hit the doom and gloom, and that's more so for the folks that are haters, like and want to see us fail and think we're not gonna be nothing this year.
Well,
Like if you're, go ahead, Dave.
for me, the biggest thing I need to see, there's a couple things I want to see. The first thing I want to see, if the offensive line can protect Bryce with that pass rush. If they do that consistently, like if you give up maybe like a sack, I'm not going to complain too much. But if it's like constant, they're like in the backfield constantly, then I would be concerned, right? If we show that our wide receivers can get some level of separation with these corners, like if Deontay has a good day against Sauce, hypothetically, right? Things like that. Like if we see Bryce be able to execute the plays and become efficient, that'll be good signs. Defensively, if we can just stabilize Rodgers, right? If Rodgers doesn't have all the time in the world, like I want him to be as frustrated as he was last year, in a perfect world, then I'll be comfortable. And if I'm comfortable, that means we're not going to see him in the second preseason game on Saturday. We're not going to see the starters. Like I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
So under ideal circumstances, you don't want to see our starters in the second game.
I mean,
due to having a good practice is what
yes,
I mean.
if we are phenomenal on both ends of the spectrum during this practice, I can see Dave Canales pretty much saying, "All right, we're good. We don't need to risk it. We're not gonna play our guys." I know some folks won't be happy about it, but because we know that nowadays these joint practices take precedence over the games.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it is.
Yeah, Carlos says protection for Bryce. My man Hatred says receivers hold on to the ball and we push it downfield. I think that's what a lot of people are waiting to see is us push the football down the field. But you know what? Pushing the football down the field
offense.
No, not it might be. We don't know. What I'm saying is, you know what it takes for us to push the football down the field? It's called protection. Bryce got to be protected, and it takes time. So yeah, I agree. I would like to see both of these too. I mean, receivers holding on to the ball. That's a no brainer. But pushing it down the field for sure, definitely want to see that.
If you want to push it, you got to give Bryce time to execute. And we've shown that we've had trouble with that.
Bishop says not off the practice. He's talking about practice. Shout out to AI. Let me see. Offense has to win in the red zone session. That's interesting. Very good point. Red zone, winning the red zone. Good stuff. Protecting the football and getting takeaways. I'd like to see a couple of takeaways. I would be happy with that too. That's one thing we were not good in last year. As solid as our defense was at times, we definitely didn't take the football away, and we're definitely seeing that in joint practice, in our practices. Like we see some interceptions occurring. Seeing Bryce threw one last on Tuesday, or on Monday, and then Jake Plummer also threw one on Monday, or Jack Plummer. Need to stop dropping balls. Yeah, I agree with that. Zach says line protection and BY featuring the deep ball. Honestly, want a CJ, but looking for some hope in BY. That's the attitude you gotta have. Me too. I'm with you. Nobody was a bigger CJ fan than me coming out the draft. I made the switch. You should do it too. Everybody just make the switch, bro. He's our guy. If you want CJ that bad, go be a Texans fan. But yeah, I agree. Line protection for sure. And the featuring the deep ball is probably going to be a bit of a disappointment for you. But I do think we might test it every now and then.
Oh, you want Madden? So you guys are too many. You know what? I heard college football was hard to play on Heisman.
It is
hard. Y'all should probably roll with that.
My man,
y'all need to quit playing Madden on rookie. That's the problem with y'all. Y'all be out here playing Madden on rookie, and then wondering why the Panthers are bad. This ain't Madden, guys. Touchdowns left and right. Y'all want the y'all want to score 77-0 in the first quarter.
He said, Madden, I need touchdown left and right. I need to see the O-line get mad and protect Bryce. Basically, I need to see Icky smack a hoe. I like that. I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. I would like that too. I ain't gonna lie. Metro says I want to see wide receivers other than Deontay and Thielen go off. Well, yeah, that's a good point.
That's fair.
Good point.
That's fair. I do want to see
they've already told you, Metro. They already told you Deontay gonna be featured, bro. You're gonna see a lot of Deontay, and I'm the opposite, bro. I want to see Deontay eat. I want to see a true number one. I want to see our true number one wide receiver go out there and dominate. That's what I want to see.
We need to see it, because if not, we're gonna be nervous all year, and then we'll be back in that whole we don't have a one discussions.
Carlos says we need to drive in preseason. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see,
bro. If you want, Carlo, if you want to drive on preseason, then that means we didn't have a good practice. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Like if I don't have like somebody telling me this in my ear, obviously, but I truly believe that if we have a phenomenal joint practice against the Jets, we're not seeing the starters on Saturday. I
Yeah.
just don't see it.
Double O Kane says if the national media says the Panthers manhandled the Jets at practice, our base would be fired up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that would be enough for some people in the fan base.
It's not.
If the national media just saying something, they'll come up with
I'm pretty
they'll
sure
come
they'll
up with
be there
something to
too,
complain about.
because Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
is there, so you
they
know
were there. They
ESPN
were
gonna
there
be there.
last year. Yeah, they were there last year too. Kyle says I'm gonna be one of those few saying I'm laser focused on Canales. Great point. We know it'll take at least two or more years to do uh or more years or so to undo the rule fitter damage. I want to see the signs that Canales is the guy long term. Great point. This is good outlook. This is good outlook right here. I agree with you. Um Carlos says I want to see the energy Canales has been preaching about. Yeah. Because he was jumping around with the defense when they shut down practice the other day. Chris says compete. Don't let DB say this ain't the old Panthers. I like that. Yeah, DB went out there and said, "Yo, we got to go out there and make a statement. We got to let people know that this ain't the old Panthers." Hopefully, he comes out there. And they stand by that. They stand by. They stand 10 toes down on that because that's the attitude you got to have. That's the attitude Clowney bringing. Is everybody else going to jump along with the defense? So we'll see. You got to see Canales 2.7 second system. Yeah, he does have that.
Well, we better hope it's not a 1.7 second system if we ain't getting
Facts.
if we ain't protecting Bryce.
Your boy Kel says if Bryce throws some bombs on the defense, that's like okay, fair enough, cool.
Out here trying to make that man technical
Double
goal.
OK says I honestly think our O line gets bullied and bullied bad day one. It was only one day. It's not
It's
2
only
days of
one
practice.
day, two
Only
hours,
one day.
right?
That's
It's gonna be like a
all
2 hour
we got.
practice, right?
All we got is one day. It's probably gonna go two hours, hour and a half, depending on. I don't know. They could extend it, but yeah, you're only gonna see it day one. That's it. That's it. Um, Bryce can't follow through if his center is sitting in his lap. Pause. True. Good point. Let's see here. Wade says I like to see the defense play against Rodgers. He sat out last year during practice. True. Good point. Good point. XL, you want to see XL get loose? You don't hold your breath on that. He's still coming off injury, so I'm not sure. I'm
He
not
might
sure
not.
about that.
He might not even play, will he?
Yeah, he might not. They already ruled him out for the game, so he might not do practices. We'll see.
Oh, that's tough.
Um, I want to see how our running game looks against that defense. That's a good point. Need a number one fighting for the football and wanting the ball every down. Yeah, I think you won't have a problem there. Haven't had one since '89. I agree. 1000% agree. All right. Yeah, man. That's all I got, Dave.
All right, we can
It's gonna be
shut this.
exciting, bro. It's gonna be exciting, man. Good times. I'm excited for the joint practices. But first, before we get to joint practices, we do have practice tomorrow. I'm sure it will be a glorified walkthrough, but I will go out there for a little bit, check them out, see what they're talking about. But I don't expect too much from practice tomorrow. I think they're gonna be really chill and kind of walk their way through, and have a light practice. Probably no pads. We'll see. We'll see what they decide to do. All right, Dave.
Should be
Anything else?
fun. Should be fun. I'm like I said, I'm flying out late tomorrow night. I won't get into Charlotte till like almost midnight. So should be fun. It should be a fun day and a half.
You ain't
Enjoy
taking what's that bum airline you be taking?
I'm taking Delta.
Okay, good luck.
I gotta fly out of Boston though. That's what makes it unfortunate. I gotta drive up to Boston tomorrow after my shift. So I'm gonna drive to Boston.
Where you got the credits at?
Huh? I got the credits at Breeze, but I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna use
Breeze.
that. I don't know when I'm gonna use the Breeze Airlines credits. I got like $250 worth of credits at Breeze,
Breeze is crazy.
and they just added more. They just added more destinations because Providence is one of their main hubs.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, so I'm gonna use it at some point. No, I don't do. Nah, dog. Listen, I went looking for flights to get down there because I wanted to get to do a nonstop flight to Charlotte. Providence to Charlotte was $750. That's why I'm flying out of Boston because Boston was way cheaper. So I'm taking the last flight out. I'm taking the last flight out Wednesday night, and I'm gonna take the first flight out Friday morning. So I'm on the 6 a.m. back to Boston. I'm gonna drive down though. I'm gonna drive in part. I mean, yeah, Breeze Airlines, man, look them up.
No thanks.
Give Spirit a run for their money.
No thanks, bro. I'm cool.
I gotta use my credit at some point. Like I got $250. I mean, Breeze, that'll get you 2 flights round trip if you do it
I'm
right.
cool on that, bro. I'm cool. All right. So with that said, man, make sure that like button, subscribe button, notification bell on the way out. Trying to get 25,000 subscribers. We will holler at y'all. We'll see y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow after practice. I do my live little post practice review, and then Thursday we can probably do a post practice review live
Yeah,
on
we'll do one
from the
live
Panthers.
after, and then
Yeah.
we'll figure out we'll do one live after, and then we'll do the live show that night, do the meet and greet and everything, and do that night. So yeah,
All right.
man, cool beans.
Yeah. With that said, man, we out of here. Like, subscribe, notification bell. We'll holler at y'all. Peace.
Peace.